Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed the last one, talking about the ointments, creams,
lotions and
what
lotions.
is actually going on inside the body. Today we're going to go through some supplements, and once again, supplement is a multi-billion pound, I feel like I should be saying dollar because that's just like the universal currency, multi-billion dollar industry. And we want to just give you our views on whether we actually need supplements, whether people are having them at the wrong time, or whether it's something which is simply just marketing and could be money spent elsewhere that is going to actually be more beneficial to your health and to your whole entire lives, really. So Roger, supplements, what's the lowdown?
The lowdown. I use supplements, we stock supplements. I'd like to start off with a question to you is, do you take supplements? And if you do, where did you get your information and how do you know you're taking the right supplement? Not only the right supplement in the right form and how the body can utilize it, but why that supplement? The cynic in me says that a lot of people read an article, they will hear something, there will be someone say, well, I take this, you could try that. There's a lot of word of mouth of supplements. So I personally believe, I think there's a lot of supplements which are literally being flushed down the toilet. Because I think a lot of people are taking supplements as insurance policies or on a whim saying, I'm trying that. Because the key for me is in the word supplement. You should be supplementing what you know you can't get naturally from your diet. So how do you know that? Well, you need to know what your diet is, and you need to know what either you are deficient in or that you need to supplement for your own body's physiology. So it's a lot more complicated, and I think there's a lot of people out there who are trying to use a supplement in the same way as they're using a drug. But it comes on because it's natural, then it's not so bad. So they're trying to treat a condition, but instead of taking a drug, because I don't want to take medication, I'm against tablets, but they will take up and spend 30, 40, 50, 100 pounds a month on supplements. Where are you getting your resource from? So I like supplements, but I think there's a lot of misuse of supplementation.
I think, as you say, supplements are there to supplement what should already be a good foundation of a nutrition protocol that you're following. But a lot of people that in the worlds that most of my clients come from, in the ridiculously busy world we live in, the business world and the entrepreneurs, is that if I supplement, I don't then have to have this food. Which in the short term it could be an okay replacement, but in the long term it is not going to provide the same nutrients. It's not going to get your body to break down the food the same way, get your digestive system working the same way, and extract via osmosis or whatever the nutrients from the food to actually do the good that it's supposed to do. Simply drinking a drink which is vitamin C, like a effervescent vitamin C tablet, is not going to have the same quality as the vitamin C from getting a fresh orange, where your body's got to then digest the fibre and get all the goodness and extract the vitamin C out of it. It's one of those.
You look at so like vitamins. Different vitamins can have different crystalline biochemical components, so they sit in different frameworks, and they have different effects on the body. So to make something in a lab and by definition call it ascorbic acid is not the same as what you're going to find in a plant in its natural form, because your body is naturally designed to break it down and absorb it and utilize it in the proper way. So it's got to come from the diet first.
That's one of the problems that people are having at the moment with really sourcing cost-effective lab-grown meat, because they can't get the qualities that real meat has in it nutrient-wise in the way that the body responds to it. So I feel that if that's the case with that, then having the supplements for multivitamins, for minerals, for all these different things, that there's got to be an underlying foundation of a good diet as well. And some of them are going to be vitamins that are fat absorbable. Therefore, if you're taking these vitamins that are fat absorbable, the B's, the D's, or not the ACE, not the ACE ones.
Fat soluble,
yeah,
and the water soluble.
Water soluble, like ACE, ACE.
Yeah.
So all the rest, I was just trying to do an alphabet, and take ACE out, and that completely shot me on the spot. I know which ones they were. I just couldn't take ACE out of the alphabet.
ADEK.
So don't come to us for that bit. Can you count to 10 as well? I sometimes struggle with that. Good at getting results, but anyway, not ACE, the ACE, water soluble. The rest of them, the fat soluble ones, are the ones where if people are following a low fat diet and not getting the right fats in their diet, even supplementing with these vitamins isn't going to help your body absorb them.
Yeah.
It might get a minimal amount because you've got fat in your body,
right,
but it needs to be absorbed.
I think the challenge with supplements is a lot of people also, a bit like the exercise thing of you can't outrun a bad diet. A lot of people say, well, I eat whatever, but I'll take supplements so I know that I get all what I need. It doesn't work that way. A multivitamin is a multivitamin. It's an insurance policy, but also what they do is you've got to realize about the idea of marketing, or not marketing, but producing something. Mm-hmm. To make something which is like a multivitamin to the public, you can't put higher dose of supplement A, so you're not going to get a therapeutic dose. So like vitamin C, classic example. If you've got a vitamin C across the board supplement, go and look at how much each tablet holds. It's going to be very low. Vitamin C as a therapeutic dose really only comes into its own at about 1,000 milligrams. So when you're looking and saying, I'm run down, I feel I've got cough, cold coming out, I'm going to use vitamin C. If you go and take just a general vitamin C zinc tablet, it's probably going to have about 80 milligrams. It's going to be so low. The RDA of that is the amount that you need just to avoid scurvy. Mm-hmm. You're not reaching any therapeutic dose. So you say, well, I've spent some money, I'm taking vitamin C, but it's not at a beneficial level. You really need to work with a nutritionist, a nutritional therapist, someone who's taken on more nutritional training to understand and what you can do in your diet, and then checking your diet and saying, yes, supplementation could be good, like vitamin D. You might need, for certain conditions more on a therapeutic side. There's certain supplements to highlight which are difficult to get through or at a decent dose in your diet. But that's nutritional therapy. I think most people are looking at just supplements as an insurance policy, and I hate to do that, but I don't think people are getting that insurance policy. Because sometimes it then says, right, I don't want to spend a multivitamin, I don't want to spend the £30 one, but the £10 one looks just as attractive, but it's a different product.
Yeah, and different qualities as well.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as, well, that's got 80 milligrams of vitamin C in it, and so is that one. It's also what else is in there which could potentially stop things absorbing. Yeah. Like when we look at iron supplements as well, if you've got things in your diet which are stopping your body absorbing iron, then there's different types of, there's heme and non-heme iron, and it's which one is actually going to stop, one of them stops the other absorbing. So if you're taking an iron supplement and then having some of the things which are going to stop your body absorbing, and then those more free radicals and stress in your body,
yeah,
then you're not going to get much benefit from those supplements.
We were doing a talk, a community talk the other day, and I got asked, saying, supplements came up and said, what are your thoughts on evening primrose oil? I said, in what context? And it was from a hormonal perspective. And I said, well, all I know is that there is some evidence and research that suggests that it can be supportive. But if you're attracted to evening primrose, where have you heard that from, why? And if that's from a hormonal perspective, what else are you doing?
And what hormones
supporting that system, rather than just taking, because that's then looking at it like a tablet. You might as well then go to, if you really want good hormonal support and take one tablet, go and take HRT. There's been research that shows that there's but that comes with other considerations. The challenge with the supplementation, I think, is people are not getting the right information and the right resource, and it runs the risk, and this is why it is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Because
I'm going to jump in there. Apologies for cutting you off. With HRT, that was obviously a female side of things that was saying that. Why is HRT frowned upon so much more with men than women?
In what do you mean frowned upon?
Just generally in the actual society we live in, that HRT, hormone replacement therapy, seems to be a lot more frowned upon in males than females.
I think most of it is that traditionally there isn't as much exposure of that men need or can utilize hormonal support, whereas I think women, it's more mainstream, it's been spoken about, and it's been more in the press. I don't think men generally, but I don't think men talk with men about hormonal elements, and I don't think within general society we've ever really spoken enough about testosterone levels and how that changes and how that can affect.
We
don't know much about the menopause. We know a lot about the menopause.
Yeah.
But the menopause is a genuine hormonal change of men as they're getting older.
I think, it wouldn't surprise me if there is, in the next 5 years, 10 years, so if we've got it on video, this is the Gary Vaynerchuk thing, that saying on video that in 5-10 years that it's just as popular as females of HRT for men. Yeah. In America, it seems to be a lot more open.
It's already in America, and if you watch on some of the YouTube stuff, there's already some channels of guys who have set up things of the fitness industry, so putting more emphasis on weight training, more the ketogenic diet, and looking at to boost and improve the middle-aged man testosterone levels. It's already coming through, and they tend to be the trendsetter. Whereas I think the English society, it's hormone replacement things has always seemed to the hormones are the female. That's the female's reign.
Yeah,
men don't really have hormonal issues, and that's wrong. There is.
That was just.
Yeah. No, it's great, because what you're having is that you'll have a lot of,
and that's not from a performance; it's from a health perspective.
Yeah. But when people then look at hormones, they then say, right, how can I move so? They don't want to necessarily go down the because I don't want to take drugs, I don't want to do Viagra, I don't want to do this. So they will look at supplements, but then again, same thing. Where do they get that information from? They are as much manipulated and getting bombarded now by advertising for your buck or your pound in the supplement world as you are in the drug world.
Yeah.
If not, probably even more, because it's safe and it's natural. But snake venom is natural, but I'd still not want to necessarily use it unless it's been tested in what dose and that. And the supplementation, I think there's a lot of people who are trial and error and probably not, maybe even on the right track with supplements, but not taking the right dosage or don't need it. Mm-hmm. They probably could do with a better product or just improve their diet.
Sometimes as well with the multivitamins, taking high doses of one vitamin could actually stop you, but will potentially stop the absorption of another vitamin, as we touched on with the iron. But things work in synergy with others. So if you have high one thing, or what seemingly is high one thing, even on a report, if you haven't got the full amount of data that doesn't show the other side of things that it was working in synergy with, that it could be, or low testosterone could be extremely low estrogen, or you think it's high testosterone. It's the ratios that make the big difference.
Yeah.
And without that full picture, how do we actually treat that?
Well, the key with that is working. We talked about in one of our podcasts the other day. Then your team, working with, who do you work with where do you get your information from? The classic is people know that vitamin Bs are good for energy. You know, it's sold. Vitamin C is immune system. Vitamin B is energy. But the B vitamins work in a very complex way in synergy with magnesium, with zinc, and the folate, and there's different elements of folate. And I had a young lad the other day who he was prescribed folic acid. But unless you know that folic acid is different to folate, and that folate is in its active form as methylfolate, and some people can't convert folic acid, but can. If you don't know that, they will say, "I've tried taking folic acid." So you've got to work with a professional who understands nutrition and supplement, and a bit like a diet, it takes time to figure out and work with things. It's not just like taking a tablet. I've got a headache. I took a tablet, my headache went away. Supplementation is very different. Do you need the supplement? If you do, there's something going on in your diet, and then what do you supplement? So I need a magnesium supplement, I need an iron supplement, so it should be from a testing perspective. And if it's from a a therapeutic perspective, believe me, you can mess up your physiology by taking the wrong supplement. We were told in college, any substance that you take which changes your physiology is a drug. But people I don't want to take drugs, but then they will use a lot of supplements which can also mess up your system as well. So I would be cautious with supplements and get your information about what supplement might be of benefit from a reliable source. But first of all, what are you trying to supplement? The key is in the word supplementation. You should supplement your diet, what you know you need for your life or your lifestyle. Because Ollie's supplementation should be very different to what my supplementation might be, because we have a different physiology.
And my supplementation varies as well, depending on the time of the year, the stress levels and what training phase I'm going from as well.
The stress level is a big one, because the vitamin C, the vitamin Bs and the magnesium, the zincs get depleted very quickly under stress. So you would know that under a high stress time, you'd then supplement those. But when you're in a low stress time, you don't need to. But a lot of people just, I'll just take that. And so there's a lot of people who are just like, every month I'll just take the same supplement. But life is not that. So it's a lot more complicated than many people think.
And also, with it is how long it takes for it to work.
Yeah.
You're not just going to take a vitamin C and then feel better.
No.
Because it helps your immune system. It takes time to get in the system for your body to then have the reaction, to then see if it is balancing something out, to then actually I can now have a little bit of an adaptational period and now I'm okay. Whereas it's not going to click your fingers like some Thanos.
And I work with clients and saying that when you take a supplement, all you're doing is you're looking to support the body, to give it what its needs are, to then go on and heal itself and express itself.
Yep.
You're not taking it like a drug. It's really important not to see supplements as I'm taking a supplement to treat a condition. You are supporting the body so that it's got its right vitamins and minerals, so the body has got all the resources and tools to then use that to then express and function at their best. Now, if you can function as best and you're still having a health issue, then you've still got to figure it out. You're not treating it from a supplement. So that's supplement therapy, and that means you've got to have a diagnosis of a specific condition with a specific physiological need. Now you're going into more drug therapy using
and that involves testing and it involves retesting.
Yeah, that's a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
Right, sort the diet out. You probably won't need as many supplements. Then supplement more specifically. And work with a trained professional along those lines. That's my take-home message.
Yeah, exactly. And don't expect it to change overnight as well. Just with anything in health, that quick fixes usually aren't long-term fixes. And that's something which I would love people to start to take on board more.
Yeah. If a little pop-up comes up on your social media and it says that this wild herb, which has only been discovered in the last century and it greatly changed, and after taking 2 tablets I was transformed back into a Herculean physique. If it's too good to be true, it's probably not true.
That might have too much text to get approved by Facebook as well. On that note,
right, have a good week. Any questions about supplementations? We're here to answer. It's a complicated. We might have muddled the whole things and questioned like, oh, what am I doing, and am I doing the right thing, or should I do this? Then part of this process is to open ourselves up for discussion with you. So drop a comment below. Let's engage. We can point you in the right direction. We can send some links. We can make things a lot more clearer for you. Have a great week, and we'll see you then.
Take care. Bye-bye.